iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Mamelodi Sundowns, defending champions of the Nedbank Cup, are progressing through to the next round after defeating Marumo Gallants in the Nedbank Cup. A hat-trick, 3 goals for Peter Shalulile. Tso Vilakazi's favorite player. Of course, all the fundamentals can be lost, but if you score goals, you make your team win. That's the most important thing sometimes. Tso Vilakazi, our analyst. Yeah, man, that's a very good game of football. Marumo Gallants made it very, very interesting today. They scored to make it 2-1, and they looked like they could have scored a second goal to make it 2-2 as well. But Mamelodi Sundowns, the stronger side, of course.
Mr. Ngiyokunjani mfethu? Angibulise wena, ngibulise Justice, ngibulise Drake, ngibulise Junior, nginibulise nani emakhaya. Ngicela support njalo la kwiDiskiTV. Ngizobeka nje njalo ngichike futhi. Mr. Ngiyo, you know, in football, I love this game. This game in my department. Goalkeeper, sebenza ukusave. Defenders is to mark, strikers angakore. Midfielders is to mark and create chances for the upfront players to score. Wingers is to take the man on, put a cross or cut inside, take a shot and score. Striker, kora. Mr. Ngeo, umsebenzi kaShalulile is to score. Leave the rest to other people. That's why I love football, is because it learns everything kanje. I want to mean so that they can help each other to kill something. So that's what is happening at Sundowns. Shalulile is complimenting all the good things that all these guys are doing. They're doing a build-up, nice. They get to that final third, they put the cross, he's there to tap in. That is his job, because no one can do it now.
Yeah, it's so many different types of taps in. Yeah. That was a very good one, the first one. Yeah. Receive, and then you score. The second one, that's like a quintessential tap in. The third one is like a special edition of a tap in. It's like Shai Pali, you're just there. It was a free kick, it hits the post, you are there. Goal.
Mr. Geo, Mark Williams, you must always be in the kitchen. So, Shalulile is always there. No matter Shai Pali lead, he's tap in, he's there. I love a player who's always occupying his position. I love that player, I respect that player. Yes, he's got an element where you like, Mara, sometimes, man, you can do better. But that's not Shalulile. Shalulile, inside the box, he can trap, put the ball in the net, or tap it in. That's him. So, let's compliment him, because we can't change him. You know, it's been how many seasons? Shalulile, same players. But still, Mongatuguye, now if 1v1, I'm not going pass a move. That's not him. But Magalape boxing, I told it to pass it. Was with the parat.
I'm so sorry. So just to add on to Shalulile, just to wrap up that part, he's in the 90s now in terms of number of goals scored in his PSL career. Last week, Upredle joined the group. There were 5 players: Mapodi Kanyeza, Belanomvete, Besuma, Mambush Mudau, Tiko Pukwane, and then they were joined by Upredle Grobla. Peter Shalulile, if he started this week on 91, 92, hat-trick means he's on 95 or 96. Yeah. So there's 4 or 5 more goals to score, and then he will join 100 goals, 100 players club. That's a very difficult club in South Africa, because there's not a lot of players who can score 100 goals in their PSL career. That's a very, very remarkable achievement if you get there. We'll talk about it when you get there. Talk to me about the flow of this game today. Mamelodi Sundowns, they were 2-0 up and we were like, oh, here we go again. But Marumo Gallants showed that they are here. They checked in. Bloemfontein Celtic supporters supporting them.
Mr. Ngeo, beautiful game. And then I asked myself, why right in the bottom of the lock? With the type of football they're playing, the chances that they're creating. Because, Mr. Ngeo, they play good football. You know, sometimes I always have questions. You do a build-up from the back, you get to the midfield, you get to the final 30, but there's nothing, even in the tasting, there's nothing. But to them, there is a taste. You know, you see them with it just need a touch, Pearl, because there was a ball across a weed upon. They waited for that bounce to come instead of going to the ball and tap it in. It was supposed to be equalizer over 2-2. They've created. Look, they do create chances, and I love seeing a team that is making Sundowns to work. You know, Sundowns, they mustn't get an easy run. Bangen and shy 3, 4, 5. No. They need to work, even though Bazo winner, but they need to work for themselves to get a goal. Look at Shalulile. You know, you could see there was a work put in those creativities for them to get a goal. They won the free kick, the Panshai Pali, and then tap in. Then the cross, Itolile in the box, first goal. Good touch, tripping, finish up. So it tells you a good thing. They did put the effort in that. So Marumo Gallants, they play very well. And, you know, if they can play like this, that's nothing in Warisha. If they can play like this, they will survive. Look, I'm 100% sure. If they can play like this, they will survive. But now the problem is that these teams, they shine against Sundowns or against Pirates or against Chiefs. But when you play them next week, give them Stellenbosch. They'll get them out by Stellenbosch. And then you ask yourself, but guys, with the performance that you've shown against Sundowns, no ways, with all the chances that you've created, the movement of the ball, look at Muhomi in that midfield. You know, they show classy. And I don't know what happened to caretaker coach Lapana when he substituted to shoot Lapana. And, you know, he was the player who was always, you know, giving that midfield Sundowns something to think of. Yeah. You know, always when he gets the ball, that's why they're always fouling him, because he was very smart. You know, he plays those passes in good areas, and there's always people in those areas. I don't know why he coach decided to keep, but upuma kwakhe minus that element attack manje phambili. They wait for the long pass to go to the channels, then they go.
All right. I can't let you go without asking you something very important. It's big news story. Mamelodi Sundowns, Mbule. Jali. This is the only other time I will have with you before I have you tomorrow to talk about other teams. Mbule Jali. There's a story by Times Live written by Mahlatsi Mphahlele, shout out, and Mark Stradom as well. Shout out to those veteran journalists. The allegation, of course, is that the players, sources are confirming that on multiple occasions came to training drunk. Jali is involved in contract talks with Mamelodi Sundowns. They're not being resolved at this point. We're only 3 months away from June, so it looks like those two parties may part ways unless something dramatic happens. What's your thoughts on what has happened, Mbule? There's nothing that we don't already know about him, because Supersport United, Stan Matthews told us about his problems, particularly with alcohol. For now, it's still allegations, but we know from the articles and from the history, which maybe there is a problem there.
Mr. Ngeo, you know, it's worrying me cool when talented tools are just like this, and I don't know whether it's personal things, but I fail to understand Oguti. As a player, the only mouth on you is your legs. Your legs, Meleze akulumele lapana crown in good, you are a good player, you deserve to play. But now, when you're gonna act like this, and the team is winning, you are not in part and parcel of that team that wins the games. So there is questions now to say we can live without you. We've been doing this without you. So, and you know, we bought you because of you are a good player, and we thought maybe the change of scenario, the change of environment, maybe it will come with something different in you personally to say, you know, maybe you overstayed at Supersport. So now there's a new challenge at Sundowns, more experienced players, they've been winning, you know, maybe when you're around them, you'll grow. But when you go again and do this, I don't know. Maybe the boy needs help. Maybe he's got some personal issues. We will never know. With Jali, I will say with the experience I will say I'm a bit disappointed. you know, because
Is his scenario not different? So in that, whatever is alleged to be happening, he's angling out for a move. Like as players, we do a lot of things to symbolically say to people, "Please fire me." You know, so yes, it's bad news for whoever might sign him in the future, but it's one of the things that players do to signal ukuthi I would like my clearance.
Mr. Nkeo, the sad part is that when you do this, who's going to sign you? Already you're giving them a different picture about you now. So now if somebody wants to sign Uzoti, so if Magafika Lamaga go here, this is what he's going to do. No. I don't problem. I don't want to play like this. And I believe that there's a better way, Mr. Nkeo, to try and resolve our issues of Anala, because especially Jali has got experience. You know, he just need to talk to the coach, talk to the management. Guys, decide whether you sign me or you're not going to sign me. If you are not signing me, please give me a clearance so that I can leave. Right. You know, but for him, with the experience I know, he's been in the game. You know, some of the players are learning from him. And then he comes and acts like this. Now it gives a different picture altogether. So I just wish they find a solution for him. Then he can go and play. And then Mbule boy, we love you. I love you, Gakulu. You're a very good player. I support your game, Gakulu. But let's try and find a way, you good team. What help can we get for you? Oguti, come and show us. We know you in the field of play. We don't know you off the field. So don't do things that are off the field. They cut the good thing that you're doing in the field of play.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Tso. Very experienced former player, Tso Vilakazi. He would know a thing or two about what's happening with those clubs, having played with those kind of players before, players that dealt with fame. He was a star himself, so he was a superstar. So you will know the ins and outs about this type of things. The Mamelodi Sundowns won then. Well done against Marumo Gallants. Well done to Peter Shalulile as well for his contributions to the game. It is iDiskiTV, Times, World Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.